guys, welcome back to the Black Sheep Meadow. I'm Amber.
And I'm Brent.
And today is an exciting day on the homestead. We are planting potatoes.
Yep.
It's February
20th. President's Day.
President's Day.
We're in growing zone 8B, and President's Day every year is typically the day that we would get our potatoes in the ground. We've had a abnormally warm February. We had some cold weather Decemberish, but February this year has just been really warm, so we've been able to get a lot of stuff done. I feel like we're rocking and rolling, getting ready for springtime, getting all the plants and everything ready.
Yes.
So on our potatoes this year, we are going to plant approximately 150 pounds worth.
150 pounds.
We have, I think, 7 different varieties, which I'll actually leave a list of those down in the description.
I might put a list up on the screen too.
We're going to do a couple of different things this year. I've typically in the past, I have always planted whole seed potatoes. I don't cut them. We've got a video where we chittered our potatoes in the loft inside the house over the winter. But this year we're going to do a little experiment on we have a huge tree container that I believe it was 300 gallons. So I've already gone and cut a lot of the potatoes that I had for multiple eyes that had potential. We did that 3 or 4 days ago to where the potato could actually heal and skin and scab over. That way, in my theory is the scab on the potato potentially will let bacteria or disease in the potato that will start the rotting process, which we don't want. So that's why I've always done that in the past. I've left them whole. So this year we're going to do 3 pounds of cut potatoes, 3 pounds of whole potatoes in their own garden bed as an experiment to see which way actually produces more total poundage of potatoes.
And because it's a raised bed, it's very contained, and they will have the same light, the same water, the same nutrients, all of that. So it should be a really good baseline for how the 2 options compare.
Yep.
Which is a huge debate in the potato world on growing, whether you cut them or not cut them. We'll see how it turns out. But potatoes is always like a really exciting time for me. I feel like it's our first big crop that goes in.
It's the start of the spring vegetable season. Yep. So
it's the start of the season, so it's always really exciting for me to get potatoes in the ground. This just means that things are starting. But we've got to get all of that done. Yesterday we got wood chopped. We got all the beds fluffed.
Yep.
And turned and ready. We didn't record any of that because it's kind of boring. It's just a lot of weight moving. And we will take you guys along. The wind is crazy per Central Texas.
Yeah, it's like Central Texas standards. The wind's going to be crazy in the springtime.
The wind is going to be crazy. So we're not going to be able to do a lot of talking out at the potato mounds just because the volume will be crazy wind noise. But we'll try to get you in close to how we do this, how the beds looked, and all of that. And we will check back in with you at the end.
Yep, there's still a lot of detail.
There's a lot.
For planting potatoes. We're trying to get the most yield we possibly can. So.
But this is potatoes. There's a reason why potatoes is in my top 3 plants for beginners, because there's a huge reward factor, and they're really, I mean, it's a lot, but there's not a lot to it. Potatoes in a 5-gallon bucket, you might not get the same yield, but you will get product.
You could literally grow potatoes in a 5-gallon bucket in your living room.
Yeah, in your living room. People do them in sacks.
Yep.
So potatoes, I love them.
We're gonna get these potatoes in the ground.
We'll catch them with you later.
All right, so we're at one of our original potato mound locations today. We extended onto this potato mound approximately 400% over what we had last year. It took us quite some time to get the soil mixture correct for this potato mound. We've actually got our nitrogen and phosphorus levels where I believe they need to be. This is where we've had the most success with our potatoes. This year we're growing approximately, I think it's 7 different varieties of potatoes. And to keep our potatoes in check as to where we planted them, all of the seed bags come with a pretty weather resistant tag that we are just simply going to staple onto a stake where we planted the potatoes. All of our potatoes get approximately 12 to 15 inch spacing, and they're going to get covered with approximately 2 to 2.5 inches of topsoil.
guys, get you in here real quick in between the wind. When you're planting the potatoes, remember the eyes are up. If you have a potato that has quite a few eyes on it, most eyes up. Sometimes you're not gonna be able to get it. If you're having a worry about spacing, lay them out first and then come back, and I usually do a few of them at a time. Come back, plant them, lay a few more out. That way it gives you your spacing correct.
Alrighty folks, we finally got almost all of our potatoes planted. We've got all of our hills on the ground, and then we've made it to our two final large 300-gallon tree containers. This last tree container is actually going to be an experiment for this year. We mentioned earlier in the video we're going to do 3 pounds of whole potatoes versus 3 pounds of cut potatoes. You can see the cut potatoes obviously is going to yield more plants, but I still don't believe it's going to yield more poundage of total potatoes at harvest time. So we're going to use this divider here. This is a red Norland potato. We're going to use this divider to keep the whole potatoes separated from the cut potatoes. And we're going to get these in the ground, and in approximately 90 days we'll have an answer for you as to whether whole or cut potatoes produces more yield. Alrighty guys, we got all of our potatoes planted. We have a bed full of whole and cut potatoes. We have a bed full of Purple Majesties, which is supposed to be a really good variety.
This is the first year for us to plant the Purple Majesties, and I'm really excited about them. I like the purple potatoes.
Yep.
So
in the meantime, we're going to continue making these videos for y'all. If y'all really like what we're doing, leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring the little bell,
all
share
the
us.
things.
We'll see y'all next week.
See you next week.